Hello, hello, testing. Okay, here we are online. Okay. Now I'm on a rant, I'm going to get you another one. A lot of you are secularists and you don't have any gods. Well, make sure you ain't trading in those false gods for the one real God. Excuse me, and the real one God, you got it. It's the government. And I see that a lot lately. Sound like when government's way over there, no bother. If you look at all the places I live, most of them, I mean, people are miles away. The place I lived out near Death Valley, that was the place. Oh man, should never live. But anyhow, yeah. I mean, government's good at regulations. You know, kids can't go into mines, 40-hour work week, safety regulations. When the government's telling you what to do, I'm not talking about red lights, stop signs. Watch out. All right. I mean, I don't like any of this bailout money. What's all that bailout money? What was that all about? The government's buying off the car companies and all these jive-ass banking rip-off artists. They're just a bunch of shysters and grifters. Give me a break. Anyhow, the way our infrastructure is, you can put all those, anybody that got out of work, put them right to work, fixing roads and sewer lines and bridges and whatnot. But they're not going to do that. No. They want to control. There's no control there. You just get the job. They want to control. So understand that. There is a true God. It's government. And remember, this is the truest thing you ever heard. The government that governs the least governs the best. Because then you've got freedom. And there's people think, well, I got it good now. Hey, freedom ain't a cozy place. Freedom is a free place. When I lived outside of Death Valley, it was 120 in the shade. That's freedom, brother. Place in Oklahoma be 0 degrees and 50-mile-an-hour wind. You want to be outside? You ain't felt nothing like that before. That's freedom. Maybe some nights you can go hungry. I don't care. That's freedom. Now, if you don't want freedom, then you're looking at me like I'm a maniac. But there's something about freedom. That in itself, that brings you, the human being, the entity, the thing in your skull somewhere, alive. You're not driving traffic. The sign's telling you what to do. The light's telling you what to do. You know what I'm saying? The government's telling you to do this, do that. I mean, it gets to the point you're like a robot, except it's different kind of switches and, you know, electronics, so to speak. So remember, the government that governs the least governs the best. And if you're looking to the government as your new almighty God, well, you got a government that governs the most. I mean, the canary in the gilded cage lives a nice, easy life. It's a nice, easy life. Well, it ain't for no eagle. A killing eagle. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's a primal thing. I don't know. I mean, I'd be in places I tell people about it, they think I'm crazy. What happened if you fell down, you broke your leg, and what if you need help, your car breaks down? Well, either I figure it out or I drop dead. That's it. You know, everybody on insurance. What is it? Everything's got to be covered now in our little, you live about a microsecond in the grand scheme of things, a nanosecond. You know, cherish the things that are really you, and the things that are really you is when you're free. Because if you're not really free, then it ain't you doing it. Someone telling you what to do, guiding you. Give me those wide open spaces, nobody around. I ain't worried. I love it. I could tell you some stories. But, no. Beware of the new true God, which has always been the one true God on this planet, and that's government. Government has its place. Fix the roads, the bridges. Work safety. You know, speed limits. Stoplights. You know, all that good stuff. But when you want the government to do everything from feed you to clothe you, and next they'll be wiping your ass. I mean, that ain't for free men, brother. Don't you get that? That ain't for free men. Welcome the cold, harsh wind. Welcome the harshness. It brings character to a person. Or to a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? I've seen these families where the kids get everything they want. They're spoiled rotten. Well, you think it's any different for an adult? You think it's any different for an adult that's been spoiled rotten? From the crib to the grave, every freaking thing the government does for you? Did you ever light a fire by yourself out in the woods? Did you ever get your own game, dress it out, eat it? Did you ever just sit and watch a campfire night instead of a TV set and watch the stars go by in that big cloud which is the Milky Way? Take a nip on a shot of scotch and just relax. Just exist in the moment. Pretty soon we won't be allowed either. I was gonna say pretty soon, you know, you'll have to have a license to walk down the street, you know? Then what? And the places I go, once in a while things would happen, you know, like, what's he doing out there, you know? Oh, that's Charlie's crazy. He likes hanging out, you know, takes his Harley out in the middle of the desert, hangs out. You know? But, there'll come a time. There'll come a time. Like, what are you doing? I'm walking down the street. Well, you know. So, the more the government gets entwined in your life, the less it's you. Do you understand that? You understand that? So, you got your big government, that's your new God, brother. You pray to the new God. You give offerings to the new God with your taxes and tax everything. Those are your offerings to the new God. For what? For pittance, little things. Man, give me free any day. But that's me. Maybe I'm too primal for my own good. He says what my wife says. But, nah, man. I'd rather live in a tent and know it's mine than some house that I got because of some Section 8 BS. You know what I'm talking about? So that's just the way it goes. But that's me. Oh, man. There was a hard time when I was growing up with my mother. And, man, I hope I don't. And we had to go behind, and we went behind a food store, and she got some bread out of the garbage. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she put it back. And she said, you know, Chucky, better to go hungry. But that's me. So beware trading the false gods for the real God, government. Because with all those gifts, you lose yourself. You lose your pride. It's not for me, man. Take care.